If you want to get ready with me, catch up and chat, hang out and chill, then just please keep on watching. Hello my friends, my name is Alicia if it's your first time here. If you are returning, thank you so much for coming again. Kinky Sweat stands for my kinky hair and sweat life. I'm a fitness professional who loves all things movement and beauty, and if you want to check out what I do in between the makeups, you can head over to my Instagram. I mentioned that I wanted to do this video, when was it? I think it was during my Viseart Dark Edit palette review. If you haven't checked that out, I will link it up above and down below. To catch up on some stuff, maybe use some new makeup, new techniques and such, so why don't we get started? How has everyone been? It is nearing the end of summer. The official start date for fall is September 26th, so we're not quite there yet. But big surprise, I love fall. I'm definitely a fall sweater boot layer type of gal. I just love looking like a warlock and just layering as many big billowy sweaters on my body as I can at one time. And summer in New York, there are some beautiful days. That day when I sat out with Maddie, I mean, one of the most beautiful weather days we've had this summer for sure. But in city life, when it gets super hot and humid and just oppressive, it's the worst. And definitely don't want to be in that type of weather in New York. Maybe somewhere lush, tropical, and gorgeous, you know, on the beach and what have you. I'm gonna take these earrings off just for the application. I'll put them back on when I'm done. But when it's like 90 degrees and 1000% humidity in NYC, it's like I don't want to be out in that, I just don't. But when it's nice with the breeze and the humidity, the dew point is like 60 something. That is like the best. So anyway, current foundation routine. I have been combining Pat's foundation with all my other foundations. So today I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous foundation, and I mixed in a little bit of Pat's Sublime Perfection. What I feel the Sublime Perfection does is because it's formulated to dry down quickly and leave like just a beautiful skin-like finish, I rely on Pat's finish and I rely on another foundation's coverage. And when I put them together, friends, it is like the best. Foundations that I'm not crazy about by themselves, for instance, the Dose of Colors, I love the color match, but I have to be careful with how much I apply, because if I apply too much, it just dries with this weird, the texture, I don't like how it dries down with. But when I apply it with Pat's foundation, so let's do that. Right now I have my Krave Beauty, the Beet Shield SPF 50 on, PA+++++. That is my primer. I don't usually use primers at all, and that's just because when I wear makeup to go out and start my day, and that usually means the SPF is going on. I have 3 layers to ensure that the shield is formed and there will be no spotty protection on this face. So let's take a little bit of the Anastasia. I have the shade 355N. I take like half a pump's worth. Medium 16 from figuring out between 15 and 17. It's like, so this is what we're dealing with. And I do one side at a time. This Dose of Colors sponge is like bay. I guess because the base is wide and the tip is ultra pointy, it's just perfect for under the eye. But for the rest of the face, I love this sponge. I use a sponge because if I use a brush, there is a chance that with the friction of the brush, I could dismantle my SPF shield. And when you pounce a sponge on top of your sun protection, is less likely to move and to create holes in the shield. On the film, shield film. And any areas I need extra protection on, so I got a nice fresh little thing there that if I didn't touch this morning, it would have been less aggressive looking. Whatever I have left on my sponge, I just go over those portions of my face with my hyperpigmentation. I've been doing this all of last week, and man oh man, it's like my favorite thing to do. Am I too light now? Yes, I am. This is not the ideal time of day I like to film because the sun is weird. It like makes me a little too bright, but I don't know how this is gonna look when I edit, so whatever. Giorgio Armani concealer number 6. So when I mentioned in my last video about my fall filling up. So I added 4 classes to my schedule, and that takes me up to about 12 classes a week. In addition, I picked up 3 new private clients. So with my 12 classes and with my 3 clients, my new 3 clients, that just leaves me less time to film and edit. I saw Risa's video, which I'm so happy I did, and I just have to watch more of her content because she kept it real about the YouTube game and why some of us take sponsorships and use affiliate links and try to make money on YouTube. And Candace was so kind in commenting on one of my Instagram post to say that it's nice to see that my Instagram is so different from my YouTube. So hi, my name is Alicia. I'm a fitness professional and that is my main job. As much as I love this, I love YouTube, it's definitely just a way for me to focus on something different creatively and have another outlet for me to enjoy myself on. I love makeup, I love beauty, I love speaking about it and creating communities surrounding those components of my life. But I would not rely on this as my main source of income, and that's just because I love teaching fitness. That is my passion, and that definitely takes a priority in terms of my salary and just my overall focus and time commitment. I will never stop teaching for YouTube. Absolutely not. Even if I put my content on here, if I put my movement stuff on here, it's not the same as teaching someone in real life. And I understand that the fitness scene is very dominant on the digital platform. There are a lot of online courses, a lot of online fitness videos that people rely on when they're traveling or they just don't have a gym membership. A lot of people stay at home and work out, and that's just their lifestyle. There's nothing wrong with that. I live in a bubble here at NYC where okay, truck, come on, excuse me, where I feel everyone I see, I'm surrounded by leggings all the time. Someone's going to this boutique whatever or that gym, and I don't realize that the rest of the world is not like that. So people rely on online content to get their fitness, and I definitely want to put more of my hourglass veil under the eyes. I definitely want to put more of my content online, but that's just, it hasn't happened yet because I just don't have the time. I barely have time to do this because I film my own stuff, I edit my own stuff, on top of me teaching, on top of my contortion, which, you know, is funny. It's not that I want to become or be a part of Cirque du Soleil. Like, I know automatically when people see what I do, they're like, well, what is all that for? I just enjoy it. It's something for me to do. It's something for me to be disciplined about and just give my body a chance to thrive and grow. I mean, to know I wasn't able to do any of those back bends and handstands younger, and I can do it now, and to know I can do it is enough for me just to do it. And also to help my teaching. Like, I would never coach or teach someone something I couldn't do myself because simply I just can't guide them in a safe way and in an effective way. So not only do I do it for myself in terms of me just having an opportunity to have a movement discipline to focus on just for myself, for my body and my brain, but also to enhance my teaching when I actually help coach someone in said specific skill. So that's why I do contortion. I mean, people do cycling, they do boxing, they do water kayaking, whatever that's called. Like, people have a passionate something or another in the movement sector that they love to do, that they love to commit a lot of their time to. Powerlifting, Olympic lifting, what have you, jiu-jitsu, mixed martial arts, dance. Like, people take open adult classes or what have you, or you have a favorite fitness class you like to attend. But again, it's something that you enjoy, it brings you delight, and it keeps your mind right, which is really what matters in the end, mostly. So that's what I do. So in addition to my teaching classes, clients, and contortion training, it is very hard to be consistent on YouTube in a way that's going to increase my subscriber count substantially. Because no matter where we are algorithmically, the more you post, the more likely you're gonna get more subscribers. It is very hard for me to post more than 3 videos a week. I mean, to get 2 or 3, I think is doable. Some people upload 5 times a week, and it's just like, I just don't have the time. But also, this is not my main source of income. This is great side pocket change for sure. It's helpful, especially if a lot of you want me to review new makeup, new this, new that. Like, to know I'm gonna put all this back into my channel and not have to pull out of my other pocket to keep the reviews going of new makeup and all that stuff is helpful for sure. But again, because I'm not looking for this to be my main source of income, I'm not so pressed and going to be stressed about uploading 5 times a week or more than that, simply because, again, this is like a side hustle to me. But also, it's like, I just love the community we built, and I love getting on here and interacting with you guys, and I love doing makeup. I love doing my multi-look videos, Pat McGrath's Sublime Perfection Setting Powder that nobody likes. Oh, wait, side note, I'm gonna interrupt myself. Look who cleaned her brushes. As I was unpacking from Maddie's house, is something that if I don't make myself do on the spot, it's just not gonna get done. And that's why I was like, listen, once you're done unpacking, you're gonna clean those brushes. Anyway, what was I saying? I love the community we built, and that's definitely something that I will continue to be a part of and want to be a part of and further cultivate. So I'm not, just know, as much as I would want to upload more than 2 or 3 times a week, it's just not ideal with what, everything else is going on in my life. In terms of, again, my fitness priorities for clients and teaching, my own training, and also just to have a life too, right? I could get very, very workaholic. I haven't started anything on Netflix because I know my productivity levels will just drop, and that gives me anxiety. I can't just sit down and watch hours of television. I just feel like I'm wasting my life. And not to judge anyone else who does that, but because I am an independent contractor, I'm not on a salary, I feel I constantly have to make moves. I have to make sure that I send out my mailing list of the updated class times and places that I'm teaching so people can come. I have to make sure I confirm clients and their sessions. I have to make sure that I film content to edit so I have a video to upload. For me, there is no downtime. Or answer comments on the YouTube videos that I already uploaded. So again, I have too many tasks, and to sit down and just veg out on TV, I can't do it, because I will do it. It will happen. I haven't started Stranger Things because I know, once I start an episode, that's it. I'm not going to do anything else. So in short, we'll keep uploading as much as I can. Is it going to be super frequent? No, I'm definitely minimum 2 videos a week you can expect from me. In terms of new product releases, speaking of, so Mothership 6 is on her way. That day when it released early on Pat McGrath's site, and I was training at the time, so I couldn't get to my phone, but when Flawlessly Freckled reached out, she was like, girl, the eyeshadow palette's live. I was like, it's not the 6, what is she doing? It definitely was a glitch, but at the time, because I thought, is this going to be another Feel Unique situation with the Natasha Denona Sunrise palette where they canceled those orders because that was a total kerfuffle. So I ordered it. I got a confirmation number, but I wondered, and I was apprehensive because of that whole foundation debacle where people who paid for expedited shipping didn't get anything for weeks, or they had to hound Pat's customer service for a refund. It was a total disaster. So that's why I was like, oh man, is that going to happen again with Mothership 6? I for sure hope not. But then I got a shipment confirmation. I was like, oh, they're really sending this out. Just to be sure, I emailed customer service and said, hey, are you guys going to ship this on the 6th or before the 6th? Like, yes, people are able to make their orders at the time during the glitch, but are you gonna mail this out early? They said yes, they did confirm that it was indeed a glitch, and they just, you know, rolled with it and said, hey, you know, I guess that was just like a special window that you were able to get Mothership 6 early before Sephora got it in stores on the 6th. So she will be here tomorrow, which means I need to get on that. So this is a highly anticipated launch once again that I feel people are just on the fence with. If you didn't check out Jenna's video, hey Jenna! She made an excellent video about why she's not getting Mothership 6, and I think it's worth seeing just to get another perspective on it, right? Because she's in Canada. So that eyeshadow palette for her is like $170 something, like it's very expensive. And I don't think she included the shipping on top of that. She's looking at a palette that will cost her near up $200 for shades she doesn't feel she's gonna get the most use out of. She didn't say they weren't gonna be great, that she said it's just not worth for her to spend that much money on one shade that she's remotely interested in. And I get it, you know what I mean? And she also mentioned if you're a Pat McGrath stan like me, that you're just gonna get it regardless, and that's me. Like, I have all her motherships, and it's a collection thing for me. Like, I don't have all of Natasha's palettes. I don't have all of ColourPop's palettes. I haven't ordered from ColourPop in months. You be so proud of me. You know, Pat McGrath for me is just an opportunity to fulfill my little collector's heart. But Mothership 6 looks sick. I cannot wait to dab into that violet shade. Oh my God. The Blitz Violet, oh my goodness. It just looks so beautiful. Friends, for the life of me, I don't know where my Too Faced Natural Beige is. So I'm gonna pop into the Anastasia Eye Primer, which ideally I don't use by itself because it's so light. But you know what? It's so good. So again, I'm excited to get Mothership 6. That's probably the one item so far that I'm ultra, I had to like take a moment to carve around that brow arch, that I'm very adamant about getting up quickly. Because after that, depending on maybe, because Natasha Denona is coming out with her holiday stuff, there are select items that I'll run after in terms of getting the reviews up either before or on the day. Viseart is coming out with their Grand Pro 3. I know they're coming out with it this month. I don't know what it's going to be though. I am just as excited as you are in terms of discovering what they're doing with that palette, what textures they're going to do. Like, are they going to do a mixture? Are they, I don't know. Those launches I'm definitely anticipating and will try my best to get them up in a timely manner, but I'm not going to be able to do that with all new makeup. Do I really want the new Dominique Celestial Storm? Absolutely. But I'm not, you know, like, I'm not going to be in a rush to get it and review it because right now for me it's all about Pat's Mothership 6. And as beautiful as that palette looks, Celestial Storm, I'm okay. I could wait until it gets into Sephora. Like, I'm not going to order it from Dominique Cosmetics because it's just not that urgent for me to do so. So I hope you understand, and maybe I will eventually view it, but I'm not going to pay for expedited shipping for Celestial Storm like I did for Mothership 6, you know what I mean? But I still definitely might take a look. Look how crazy my lids are. I mean, wow. I did eventually get Fumi's and Juvia's Places collaboration. I only was going to get the palette, but I'm so happy I got the set. Look at this beautiful box, and look at Fumi. She looks so beautiful. And with this set came with this beautiful red vinyl bag, and I have her lip glosses. So a big shout out to Fumi. I know I'm late on this collaboration, but definitely great to see this happen, and I'm so thrilled to be able to support her. So if you want to see a dedicated video to this collection, let me know. I just thought that I will use it on this Get Ready With Me. So we're gonna dip into the Queen palettes. This illustration of Fumi is just gorgeous. Look at her. She is so pretty. And Fubi is so chill and just drama free. Like, we need more of her on this platform. So I wonder what we're gonna do, friends. Like, these are very, very punchy colors. You know what I mean? Let's start with Sister to Sister. Wayne Goss number 16 to first get in on that crease. I love me a nice peachy salmon color. I just realized I didn't put on any bronzer or anything. I usually do that before I start my eyes, but hey, guess it's all fine. Again, Mothership 6 is coming tomorrow. That is a Wednesday. I definitely want to get it up that Wednesday night. So as soon as UP freaking S comes through the door, the camera will be on. We'll do comparison swatches because I know many of you will want to see how that compares to the Purple and Levian Rose Synthetica that launched as an eye single. I'm definitely not getting those minis. I'm not getting them, friends. The fact that those minis are $28 each and you get 5 eyeshadows in those minis. Now the packaging is ultra cheap. I mean, that has always been the case with these smaller releases with Pat. She's not gonna invest on the luxe packaging on her smaller palettes. But I spent $25 on her eyeshadow singles and I have all those colors already. So there's no way I was going to spend an extra $56 with tax and shipping, or not because I get free shipping from Sephora, but still, on shades that I already own just to see if they are consistent with what is already existing in her collection. Like, there's no freaking way. And I know you guys want to know. I'm curious about it too, so I'm not sure if that was just an online exclusive. I know that it launched early for Rouge members, but if it's in store, I'll swatch just to see if it is indeed consistent, and I'll let you know now. But that's it though. That's all I'm doing. This is a very beautiful salmon shade. Let's go in with 7. I definitely believe these are pigments. So because of that, pigments technically are not deemed eye safe by the FDA because of the dyes that are used to formulate these pigments. So if you're particularly sensitive to those said dyes like Red 7 and I forgot the other one, just proceed with caution or simply don't use this palette or any pigments from that matter. Wow, that's hot pink. This is a Sonji Grease too. I tried really hard to not spend so much money on makeup this summertime in anticipation for the holiday season because I know, for instance, I know Muse Beauty is going to have another sale, and I know that a lot of these brands are going to come through hard with their holiday palettes, holiday kits, holiday special bundles and all that stuff. I just need to be ready, and I just need to hold it down in terms of reasoning, saying, hey, like, you don't need all this stuff. I'm not getting any of the holiday palettes. Like, Too Faced usually does a lot of holiday stuff. I just feel the quality is not worth the purchase. I mean, the packaging is cute, but quite frankly, I just don't think it's worth it. Unless, of course, you're buying a present for someone that you think they will enjoy Too Faced. If they don't have anything from Too Faced, then maybe sure, as a gift. But to buy for oneself, definitely not. All right, we're doing good. Let's just take a little bit of Olé. This is with my Wayne Goss number 4. We haven't seen her in a little while. I'm gonna put this on the inner part of the eye to create a bracket of matte because I want to put the purple on my lower lash line. Tarte also likes to do a lot of holiday stuff, but again, not dealing with it. I just have to remember and know that I already have what I need. And in terms of eyeshadow, like Viseart, Pat McGrath, and Natasha Denona are all I need to mess with. And I know those are expensive, so if I had to quickly mention inexpensive eyeshadow that I recommend, ColourPop I really love. I love the older 9 pan, or is it 12 pan, I believe. The 12 pan palettes from Milani Cosmetics. I really liked Pure Passion. They have others out as well that I feel, if consistent with Pure Passion, would perform beautifully on the eyes. And those go for, I think, $20 a palette, which I feel is expensive for drugstore, but you know, it is sold in drugstore. So Juvia's Place eyeshadows I think are great, but they are made in China, so if you have a problem with that, you might have to pick something else. Adrian with my reference number 2. You know, actually, those Maybelline City palettes, I have one that I really, really like. I think those shadows are great. They're a little dusty. You know, I don't think one should expect the world to change with Maybelline eyeshadows, but I have to say though, I was pretty impressed with that all matte City palette that I use. I felt that I got a really nice soft brown daily smoky eye, and from that time they released several more palettes with all matte or a mixture of shimmer and matte that I feel, especially if you wet the shimmers, that you could get really nice shine and longevity from those formulas. And the mattes blended really well from what I remember. So I definitely would recommend those little palettes for eyeshadow for the drugstore category. I think Wet n Wild has really great stuff too, like the foundation, their complexion stuff is pretty solid. But I'm just saying, if you already have like Pat, Natasha, ColourPop, or your drugstore favorites, and of course Viseart, I don't feel the need to buy more than that, unless of course I know I'm buying Mothership 6, but again, those are for collector's purposes, and you know, Mothership 6 looks amazing. I definitely will be getting Grand Pro 3 because I mean, once you start, it's hard to stop. And who knows when Natasha Denona is going to release. She's now going to release her mini glow face palette. She's releasing her mini gold palette, so that'll be interesting to see how she curates those shades. Going in with Glam, reference number 1. Ooh, pretty. This is applied dry, not too bad. I definitely feel this eye look calls for some winged liner. All right, let me put that on and I'll be right back. I had to put lashes on because I felt like the wing couldn't stand up against, or my little puny lashes couldn't stand up with the wing. You know what I mean? All right, let's get onto this face. I can't stand how red I look. It's just this part of the day. It's just so weird. Anyway, I'm gonna crack into my Dior Skin Mineral Nude Bronze Wild Earth. I haven't used this in a while. This is in the shade 02. So I wanted to go back to my comment about referring this as a side hustle. I hope that didn't come out as rude and thinking that I just see you guys as like a money opportunity. That's not what I meant. So let me break it down in terms of like what Risa was saying also in her video. So in terms of the AdSense thing, I don't make a lot of money off of AdSense. In fact, you will need a lot of views and a high click rate to make substantial money from AdSense. And then there are the affiliate links that you guys so kindly use. If you were to purchase a product, I do get a commission. Even still, it's still some money for me, again, to use for new makeup purchases or just to save. And also because I said I didn't want to rely on this on my main source of income, that I'm not so keen on doing sponsorships anymore. Unfortunately, we are in a different time on YouTube land. Before, everything was about money and it was more about the makeup. I mean, people were like doing YouTube videos in their closets, for Christ's sakes. And now everyone's expecting the fancy backgrounds and the high production value. Everything is an ad to a lot of viewers. There's so many sponsorships going on. And unfortunately, a lot of people don't trust those sponsorships because they just feel they don't have, or the content creator doesn't have a connection to the product that they're being sponsored by, but they just need the money, or they just want the money. No matter how authentic I always seek to be in terms of partnering with brands that I align with in terms of brand integrity and with what I use already, it's just there's so much distrust going on. And I get it, friends. Like, if you feel there's just too much, sorry, I had to interrupt myself. Tan Brows and Glow, this sponge with this cream highlighter. I mean, are you kidding me? Anyway, if you feel there are too many creators only caring about making money on the platform, you kind of got burned from that, like, I totally understand. But at the same time, a lot of those creators, if they are relying on YouTube as their main source of income, that if they need to make some change, they got to do the sponsorships. because again, AdSense is not reliable at all. Like, there are videos that get millions of views, but they're only going to get like $500 because their click rate is low. And depending on the ads that show up on that video will determine like how much money the creator gets. So there's a lot more that goes into just based on views and expectations from those views in terms of whatever you're going to get as a compensation. But I just don't want to deal with the stress of sponsorship content. I don't. First of all, when you do a sponsorship video, you have like a list of things that you have to say about the product because you are selling something, said product or said service. Now, if I were to do sponsorship content, I would be sponsored by a service. Like, a lot of people are sponsored by Audible, for instance, and that makes sense because it's not beauty, right? And that's another thing why people don't trust influencers anymore, is because they feel that they're being sponsored, or they feel that their opinion about said beauty product is not authentic because they're being sponsored by that brand. If it's not makeup, then you really can't clock me because it's about audiobooks. So, and then the makeup would just still be the makeup, and it has nothing to do with that actually being the sponsored product. So my opinion would not be questioned because, again, the sponsorship is not about the actual makeup in the video, it's about the service or whatever the sponsored service is. That's probably the only thing that I would do. But also, I'm like a one-girl show, friends. Like, I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent. I don't know what it is to charge people the sponsorship rates and all that stuff. I don't know. And to just not deal with it, that's why I just don't do it. Now, I haven't really gotten a lot of sponsorship offers. The last sponsorship offer was, as you know, I did Biossance and then I did Aquas. But that's it. Like, Home Chef reached out, but I'm like, I don't cook. So why would I do sponsored content about something that I don't even do in like my lifestyle? You know what I mean? So that to me would read inauthentic. And no matter how much money they would offer to give me, I would feel terrible if I presented something that I don't even use myself, but just happen to use in that video just to get the sponsorship deal. So that's why I'm only treating this as a side hustle. Again, not to be rude to you guys, but just in general, when it comes to the compensation part of it all, that I'm not going to be stressed about making as much money as I can on this platform to pay my bills, because I already have that job that pays my bills. I want to thrive in my fitness career. I want to be able to teach on more retreats, do more special events, get more high profile clients. Again, that's what I want to rely on as my main source of income. I want to put on blush, but I don't know what blush I want to use. Oh, I wanted to use the color in here. That's right. I want to go sister to sister with this duo fiber brush because I think that's such a pretty color to have on the cheeks. So I'm going to keep doing this. I'm going to keep doing YouTube because I love doing YouTube. But again, I'm not looking to make so much money off of YouTube. Like, that's just not in my future plans. I would not quit my fitness job for YouTube. And with that said, I'm not going to be able to devote as much time to it. And that's okay if that's going to stump my subscriber growth or stump my watch time or what have you, because that's just my reality and I have to accept that. When the skin is still damp, I go in with the Milk Makeup Flex highlighter. Where's the brush? Where's the brush? I can't let my face dry. I take some and I just tap it. And then the moisture from the Fix Plus just makes it adhere beautifully to the skin. Line these lips with Makeup Forever, Anywhere Caffeine. Charlotte Tilbury's Kissing Lipstick in Hepburn Honey. And then Pat McGrath's Liquid Lust in Bronze Divinity. I haven't used this shade in a while. This little bump is bothering me. I don't know why. I just don't touch it, because this is what happens. I'm gonna make it into like a beauty mark. All right, friends, here's the finished look. What do we think about these eyes? This palette performed very consistently with Juvia's Place mattes. I actually think the mattes have improved. Not in this palette particularly, but some of the newer palettes after, let's say, the Magic palette and her OG ones, I feel like the mattes are a little softer and definitely blend very beautifully. They've always had, but they have a little more punch, I feel. And I would say the daily friendly route to take is just to use Sister to Sister, FDV approved, and Glam. Oh, you know what? I just realized I didn't apply anything on my inner corner. Let's take FDV approved on the inner corner. This is a beautifully bright champagne metallic shade that you could actually pop onto the cheekbones if you like. I would go very lightly because it is a very dense type of textured shadow. So I would rely on this to be your spotlight highlight on top of another that's a little softer so it doesn't appear super textured on the skin. And then of course, if you want to go pow wow bang bang, you'll just use the purple or red exclusively, and then the magenta shade, or these are both magenta, I guess, in the art world, and different shades of it. It's not the most daily friendly palette, but I'm sure you have a lot of eyeshadows that you could pair this with so that you could use the bold colors as accent shades and not as like the main stage shades, and then use the other neutral tones in other palettes that you have to kind of downplay those colors and make it more daily friendly and still get a lot of use out of this palette. I just realized I wanted to actually apply the Queen lip gloss, which I really like. So at first when you apply it, it's very beige, very beige. So it actually comes out a very warm tone on the lip. So you know what, I'm gonna do this. This is definitely thicker than like Pat McGrath's lip gloss. It has a lot more color to it. It's definitely thicker, but I love the shade. It's like a very beigey honey type of nude, which I think looks beautiful on Hepburn Honey. And on its own, actually, you could wear this on its own and will show up still true to color. It's definitely not your sheer type of lip gloss formula. And I like it too when it settles down. It just settles down into like this beautiful beige tone. So let's keep this on for the rest of the day. Oh, wait, no, we gotta put on these earrings. Oh, excuse me. Okay, friends, that is the finished look. Let me know what you think down below. Also, let me know if you want a dedicated video to Fumi's collection. I'll be more than happy to do swatches, close-up eye tutorial demos, and all that fun stuff, as well as try on the other lip gloss shade in this collection. Thank you so much for chatting with me and hanging out, getting the updates on what's going on in my life. I just want to say, I just love you guys so much. Your continued support is definitely what keeps me going, and I want to keep growing this community. And again, I'm not going to stress about relying on YouTube as a moneymaker. Like, I don't want this to be stressful. I want this to stay fun. And I know there are a lot of creators out there that do rely on YouTube to make money from, and I think it's great. I think certain people are able to do that, but for me, how my life is going and what I want to do, I definitely, again, want to keep fitness as my main source of income, as my main passion. And I could definitely melt two worlds together. I could put a lot of what I do on here and vice versa. People definitely expect me to show up with the crazy eye looks to teach class, and they really like it. And they ask me for makeup advice and all that stuff. So I love how my worlds meld together and is going really well. And I want to be as consistent as possible. So going into the fall season, definitely you will expect videos from me. But the most I think I'm able to do is 3 uploads a week. Of course, I always want to do more, but again, I have to be smart about my time management and what I'm able to accomplish. And again, thank you so much for your continued support with your Instagram tags and your kind messages and everything surrounding this community. I don't know what I would do without it, and I'm really grateful to have interacted with you guys and find you guys on here. And definitely, let's keep this relationship going. And that, my friends, is a wrap. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video helped, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And until then, I'll see you in here again with another tutorial, review, favorites list, or get ready with me. Take care, and I'll see you again soon.